morning. I am Sammy Steele Thomas. I work for Midland Development Corporation. I'm our business retention and expansion coordinator. And Founders Blend is something that we started back in April of 2023. And it came from, I typically meet with about a dozen or so businesses each month. And I meet with the business owners or the founders behind that business. And when I was talking to these entrepreneurs, something came up time and time again, that it is lonely oftentimes to run your own business, because it's almost like a child where it is your pride and joy, and when things are going great, you're doing great. When things are going bad, everything seems to be going bad. And you know how it takes a village, they say, to raise a child? Well, it takes a village to have a successful business. And so we thought, how can we enhance that village? And so we started Founders Blend, and it's a place where we will just be very intentional with our entrepreneurs, so that you can sometimes just hear, okay, wait, hey, they're going through the exact same thing that I'm going through, and this whole time I thought that I was alone in dealing with this. And so that's why we've created Founders Blend. How many of you, this is your first Founders Blend meeting? Awesome, well, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to Second Story Coworking, who is one of our community partners, for letting us utilize your space. Brian, Kelly, we really appreciate it. And Founders Blend, while yes, it came from a business retention visit, the idea of it, it's really come together because of a multitude of partnerships, including Second Story Coworking, UT Permian Basin, the Midland Chamber of Commerce, BAM Consulting, Midland College, and Film Hunter Media. So thank you guys so much for helping us to pull this off. And as you're listening today, if there's something that really stuck out to you, you can go back and stream this on Facebook. We stream them every month. Also, Film Hunter Media, they post clips throughout the month as well. And then after this, you will have a chance to talk to the business presenters that are presenting, and then you'll get a chance to talk to other entrepreneurs, but you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So keep that in mind. So during a Founders Blend meeting, we start off with coffee and food and just some time to network, but then we hear from two local businesses each month, and they'll give a short presentation that shares their story, and then a majority of the time is a Q&A that I'll help to MC. So be thinking of questions. If they bring up something, about marketing or about managing people, be thinking, okay, that stuck out to me. I'm gonna ask them about that, because that's how you learn, right? Is in asking questions and learning from other people's experiences. So without further ado, you're gonna hear from two businesses today, TidyUp and Atrox Technologies. First, you're gonna hear from TidyUp. Gabby and Junior Billard, who are the owners behind TidyUp, they hail from different corners of the globe. Junior from Brazil and Gabby from Venezuela, but destiny brought them together in the bustling city of Midland. Their backgrounds are rooted in engineering with the oil and gas industry. The precision and commitment they hone in their professional fields now fuels their mission at TidyUp. They tied the knot in 2022, and shortly thereafter, their shared love for cleanliness and order inspired them to start TidyUp. At TidyUp, it's not just about cleaning, it's about curating spaces that bring joy, comfort, and productivity into people's lives. Without further ado, Gabby.
Good morning, everyone. I didn't know we had that technical of a spill. I think that just was my whole first slide there, but my name is Gabby. Some other people might know me as Maria Borjas. That's like my work name. But Gabby is my middle name, so that's what I go by. As Sammy mentioned, we have a cleaning company here in town. My husband and I, we met here in Midland in 2021. Both engineers still working as full-time engineers, and understood that the Midland had a need for a cleaning company we had a need for a cleaning company in town. We just welcomed our firstborn, so that's been an added thing to the mix for those that are managing full-time jobs, family. So we have a new twist in our life. here's a typo. We did found the company in 2022, and we are just very passionate about cleaning and seeing how a clean space can transform someone's life. It's not about the cleaning itself, but the peace of mind that it might bring, the productivity, as Sammy mentioned earlier. We offer residential cleaning, office cleanings, commercial, and we're trying to start dabbling into the post-construction spaces as well. And this is us. I wanted to talk a little bit about the growth. We started in 2022 out of also a need that we had a family member coming from South America, and we didn't want to expose to the, I guess, to the market of like trying to find a new job or what that entails, especially with having like limited exposure to English. So my husband and I decided that why don't we just start a cleaning company? This was very close to our heart. So in 2022, September 22, we established our company, and we just had the one full-time tech, at times even supporting my husband and I when we had time after our full-time jobs coming in, and it's like, okay, let's do a cleaning at 6 p.m. Okay, let's go. Let's pack up the car and go. So we started with 20 clients, most of them really close friends that just gave us a chance and an opportunity. It's like, hey, I don't really need a cleaning, but I'm willing to support a small business. So most of them started from close friends, and we completed 83 cleanings. We were managing our own social media. All the bookings we did, it was a phone call, or somebody would go on a form online and complete it, and then we would call, and we would just book everything through Google. So very archaic, very rudimentary on this space, and we would schedule everything through Apple Calendar to just share it among ourselves, right? It was what we had at the time, and in 2023, we decided, hey, this could really be something besides just lending employment to one person. So then we decided to take it at a larger scale, and we made the investment to enroll in the Scout Guide, the local, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's a local guide. It's like the upscale of, I want to say, like a Yellow Pages, right? Like all your local businesses are there. And then we started seeing things pick up. We went from a 1 employee with our backup help to 6 to 8 full-time employees. We grew from 20 clients to around 210 clients. We completed 560 cleanings, which we thought when we were running numbers last year at the end, we're like, we could never imagine that this could have grown to this scale. We started outsourcing our social media because I believe that we should give space where SMEs or people that are experts in the area perform best. I am definitely not a social media person. We invested in a website where people could book online, and that removed one of the hurdles of us having to manually go in there and interact with the client, which we love, but there's only so many hours in the day for us to be able to run activities, right? And then we started to be more involved in the community events, trying to donate cleanings, and that's something we see as one of the highlights of our journey here, and one of the things that we are more passionate about. This picture is our team, and I think it's valuable to highlight one of the reasons why we think we grew so fast in this short amount of time. I think behind a good company is always the team is the most valuable. So I think finding a good foundation and a committed team to your idea or your dream, it's pivotal for owning a successful company. So you have to transmit that your dream should be contagious to the people that work around you. I think if you don't have that dedication, then your company is probably not going to be as successful. That's what I found. Strong communications. I feel like in the cleaning industry, we lack that customer support, that strong communications, that clear, being clear. So I think that's one of the strong points also. Like I mentioned, also emphasizing customer service and quality control. We did invest not only in the cleaners, but having a supervisor on shift that rotates around. So I found out, because I did some of the cleaning, I found out that when you're cleaning, sometimes you miss things. I mean, you're always running around, you're trying to meet a schedule, and things are missed sometimes. So I think adding a supervisor to the mix really elevated the quality control aspect. It's a third or fourth set of eyes that you wouldn't really have otherwise. So being reliable and punctual, I think when I came to town, I was telling Sammy that I went through maybe 6 or 7 gardeners because the turnout of services is just like people sometimes rather go service somebody else that's like less picky or like will pay them more, right? And then you're left without like a reliable service. Or sometimes they have other priorities and customer service might not be one of them, and they're thinking, okay, if this client lets me go, there's 10 lining up, right? So sometimes punctuality in other services is not like a deal breaker factor. So I think we honing in on the reliable and punctual factor is one of the things that we take the most pride on. Another reason for our success, I think, has been word of mouth. We don't invest currently in a lot of any Google ads for that matter, and all the business that has brought in last year has been from word of mouth referrals, and then we are really thankful for that. There's just really nothing more satisfying that you're hearing, hey, I heard from so-and-so that you have this business, especially if from us that we never thought we would have a small business. I think getting the word out there and being recognized, it's really rewarding. I think another thing, moving from what I talked about, like being really archaic with the Apple calendars and really, just not the most efficient systems, adopting technology, leveraging programs that are out there for small business has made a world of a difference in efficiency and just overall customer experience with our business. Just the fact that you don't have to call a number to book, but you can go online, you can know your price right away, and you just have, it's like a matter of 5 minutes, you just have your cleaning schedule. So I think that's one of the reasons that we've grown also. And being professional yet personable, right? We are in the business of very, very intimate with people's homes, possessions. You know, we go into your house and one way or another, we're bound to know who you are and your family, right? So being professional, but at the same time, keeping that personability and the fact that like we meet all our clients, we're approachable. So I think that's has put a face to the business, and it's made it overall more, more personable. I think one of we're moving into the challenges. One of the challenges that we've faced is making people understand that cleaning is not a luxury, right? A lot of people is like, I can't afford a cleaner, this is too expensive, I am not, mostly that it's a luxury, that only people that have X amount of money in their bank account can afford a cleaner, right? I think we like to emphasize that we are not offering just a cleaning service, right? We're offering time, right? Time with your family. We're offering mental health. We're offering just minimization of illnesses because maybe your home is not the best environment for I mean, it could be potential for all other illnesses. So just understanding that, just pivoting the mentality that it's a luxury. I think that's one of the challenges, and getting into the space so people would hire us. Sometimes fast grow can be too fast, right? Going from 1 cleaner to 6 and 8 cleaners, especially the managing aspect, the HR, and I would say the cleaning is the easiest part, right? Managing your team, making sure that everybody is comfortable, that you're rolling out the proper training, that everybody is keeping a standard. I think that has been one of the hurdles that we've had in this last year. I don't know if you guys have also felt it. We've dealt with fluctuation of seasonal demand, right? The year, especially this first month, we had a lot of cancellation because of the flu, right? People are sick and they're staying at home. That means that we're maybe not having the same volume as other months. In December, it was packed, right? You had your in-laws come in, you didn't want your mother-in-law to open the oven and find this mess in there. So you had a lot of people like, I need you for tomorrow, right? So dealing with that fluctuation of the season demand and making sure you're preparing yourself for all cases, right? How they say in South America, for when the cows get thin, right? On that season where maybe you're not being as profitable as other seasons. And then I think this is very specific to our industry, quality versus efficiency, right? You want to make sure that you pay for a cleaning that is top notch, especially if you're paying for the service, but also that they move within efficient pace. You don't want somebody at your house for 15 hours, right? You need to come home. So finding the perfect balance of having good quality and efficiency in a team. And we've got clients that said, okay, but they were here for 2 hours. But okay, everything was done. What are you valuing, right? Do you value efficiency, or do you value like an hour commitment, right? Because I can stay here and clean this for 4 hours, right? So that's what has been one of the challenges. And the last one I would say is competing with Midland wages as a small business, and having McDonald's paying $20 an hour, $18 an hour. It can be challenging when the margins for each cleaning are not as profitable as other businesses. I think that's been one of the things that we've struggled with, and how to make the job appealing for our employees, not just by the wage, but by the benefits that we offer, the work environment that we offer. So that has really helped us with employee retention. Lessons learned from this year and a half of being a business is research the market. Just make sure that you understand what the business requires, or what Midland needs, right? Get the right people involved. I'm not an expert in taxes. I'm not an expert in payroll. I'm not an expert in marketing. So make sure that you're getting the people that are going to bring value to your company. Delegate. This has been really hard for me to do. Maybe like as a control freak, I'm always wanting to do everything, but also bring the right team that you trust, so where you can relinquish those activities. And be flexible to change. Your business is going to go through all kinds of changes, and I think we need to be prepared for that. And network, right? You have spaces like this where you can bring your community, right? Sometimes friends that don't have small business don't understand the struggles of a small business. So having someone like this, like Sammy said at the beginning, has made the world of a difference. And then lastly, where's TidyUp going next? We are trying to get into the commercial space, more commercial cleaning, more post-construction, do more community outreach, and change our marketing strategy where we can, we're really strong on Instagram, but that's probably not going to be the best to leverage those commercial contracts, right? So know what social media will target your social media for the clients that you're trying to get. I know I was a little fast, but I think that's it. I'm gonna be sharing our Linktree QR code. If you you can follow us, you can book your cleaning, look at our reviews, and thank you so much for listening.
Great job. Thank you so much. And doesn't she look good for having a newborn and running a business? That is a lot. Queen of multitasking. So something that stuck out to me the most about your business, you're yet again another Midland company that's run by a husband and wife, which just adds some more dynamics. And then you're also an electrical engineer at Chevron. And so I'm sure when you explain to coworkers, oh, I also own a cleaning business, they're probably like, with what time? How do you balance doing it all?
It has been a daunting task. Currently, I'm on maternity leave, and this is what maternity leaves look like for me. But I think I understand that to have a small business, you have to sacrifice at the beginning. I have an amazing partner who has come along this journey, and I could not done it without him. But a lot of dinners are surrounded about what the baby's doing and what TidyUp is doing, which is your other baby, right? So I think we have to be better at putting time aside for us, because it can be consuming. But I think having time designated for your 9 to 5 job and then get home to your other 9 to 5 job can be a difficult space to be. I don't have the answer for that. If somebody can give me more tips on how to do it, yeah, I'm open to it.
You know, day by day, hour by hour sometimes. You also mentioned, and you know, there's probably a lot of transplants in this room that they're not from Midland, and it is a unique market, and it took getting in with a certain, you know, having a good experience with one client, and then that leading to 15 more clients, leading to 50 more clients. It is a word of mouth town, which can be good when experiences are good, but also scary if experiences are bad. How do you navigate that?
That's correct. Like any other business, accidents happen and things get out of your hands, right? You can't be everywhere at all times. I think when you really rely or invest on your customer services, a bad situation can turn into a good situation, right? Your problem-solving skills, the way that you interact with your customer can be a good opportunity for you to stand out from your competition. So I would say that's what we've done. I mean, when the experiences with the clients are not the best, really trying to invest on making it right. We do have like a 24-hour policy where anything that you find in your home will come back right away. But just fostering those relationships afterwards too, right? Not that we are just another company, right? We try to really, we really try to reinforce the fact that we have a relationship with the customer. So I think that's what has helped us get more referrals and word of mouth, because like Sammy said, this is a heavy word of mouth town, and one client could break you or make you. So I think customer service would be my one answer.
And you know, residential cleanings have grown a lot for you guys, but now you're wanting to get into the commercial realm because there's less risk involved. But that requires pivoting and, okay, how do we kind of change people's perspective on what TidyUp can offer? And how do we get involved in the commercial scene when we've done people's homes? That can be a little tricky to just switch gears, and intimidating when you don't have those connections naturally. How are you doing that?
I think the first step that we took is we understand that a lot of people that we clean their homes for have small businesses, right? We're a town where everybody has a side gig, I want to say. But first understanding that there's connections already very close to you that you can leverage, especially because you have built connections with them in the past, right? And then changing your marketing strategy has been one of the things that we are understanding that we need to do, right? Like I said, Instagram is not going to probably be the catch for somebody that's sitting in an office that probably is not in their phone all the time, right? So trying to switch our marketing strategy, I think, is going to be the solution of getting into those other spaces.
Just learning as you go, really.
Yes.
Any other questions? Any questions from the audience here? Yes.
I had a tip about commercial cleaning. So my day job is way out in Greenwood, in the middle of nowhere. And we've had 4 or 5 different cleaning companies tell us we don't want to drive there anymore. Well, why couldn't they just say it'll cost, give us a surcharge or something? We would have stuck with them, but they just said we don't want to drive there anymore.
We'll talk about it later, right? There's a potential client there. I think you have to be aware of like what your charges are, your operational costs. You know that we've driven all the way to Stanton to do clean, not Stanton. Way there, close to, really far, maybe 2 hours away. I don't remember the name of the town, but as long as you can make it profitable for you, there's way that you can accommodate for the traveling time. Yeah, we recently had to do that for our clients in Greenwood and farther Odessa, just because it takes your team a lot longer to get from point A, point B. You're losing time and resources such as gas and tire. So you have to, add all that to your operational cost. So, yeah, I will talk to you later.
So noted.
Noted.
Any other questions? Yes.
I just want to say you kind of went from 2022 to 2023 and said it kind of calmly, but it's like, yay! I mean, that's epic.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of yourself and your team and everything that you're doing. So I know running a small business and working and being a mom are a lot to juggle, but you're doing it all very well. So I just wanted to say hats off to you.
Fair. Thank you very much. I think that describes like the euphoria that we felt and the struggle, right? Some days are really hard, right? Especially when we had to do those cleanings, 9 to 5, 8 to 5, and then buckle up until 3 in the morning to finish a cleaning. So thank you.
And I had a connection for you in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. She's like the superstar woman of cleaning. So
Well, if anybody needs to promote their business, you should sit out here.
Any other questions? Art?
I have two things. I have a background in commercial gyms working. Have you ever thought about implementing client referral reward program? Because that's super beneficial to the gym because a client loves it and we're like, hey, go try to get some people to come here and we give you a small discount. And so it's like marketing out there. Like people get hungry to get a free month off their membership. And it works really well. Also, what are you doing for professional development? So you have resources, podcasts that you go to.
So the two-part question. The first one, we have not done like a referral per se program. The way that we try to get our business out there is we do a lot of giveaways. But we have not per se done the referral. And as far as career development, the first year, I didn't really think that, this was going to come to what it is now. So I didn't really do much career development. And now I'm in every podcast of every cleaning. I'm in cleaning TikTok. I'm consuming cleaning all the time. I'm cleaning at home. What product might I use for this oven or this stain? So I think as far as a small business, recently we had to restructure because there's so many things that we don't know. And until you get the right people involved, especially not even cleaning specific, but business owning specific, you need a lot of resource behind you to make it flow and make it profitable. But at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, right? So have been investing more time and into getting more career development on that. So, thank you.
Any other questions? Any other things? You mentioned something that stuck out to me just about workforce, where, workforce is tricky and cleaning is a physically demanding job. And so when you have, someone come up and they are sick, you lean on partnerships with other companies to pull it off, other cleaning services. And I think that can be intimidating for a lot of people when you see them as competitors. But you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, can help.
Definitely, you don't want to leave a client hanging, right? Especially when you have a cleaning schedule, you have had it in the books for a while, and then something unexpected happened, right? This all started because I got a call from another cleaning company in town. Hey, I have a last minute cleaning, would you help me out with this one? Because I just don't have the team right now. And that, I think it was very shocking for me, the fact that you would go to your competitor to fulfill the need of the town. I think it speaks volumes of, first, that there's enough of the pie for everyone, right? Sometimes I just drive around, there's so many homes, there's so many business. We don't have enough people to clean this town, right? So leaning with other partners can be a great advantage, right? They already know the business, and then you build relationships. So one hand washes the other. I'm saying all these things that we use in South America. I don't even know if it translates to English.
I got it. And, you know, I think something just to point out that makes you so special, and there's a lot of similarities amongst you and other people here in Midland. I mean, we've got a full-time electrical engineer at Chevron, your husband's an engineer at Champex, and you get into owning your own business. So, I mean, if there's people out there that, yeah, they're going along with the motions and they work for another company, I mean, everybody has an entrepreneur in them. It just is a matter of tapping into it.
And I think we were talking about it yesterday. I see all, I never thought of myself as an entrepreneur before until I had this adventure that I want to call it. But now I see business opportunities everywhere. I'm just like, this would be great. I don't have time for it. You should do it. You should do it. And then I just pitch it to my friends all the time. Like, there's so many things that Midland is hungry for, and I think we just need more people to take the risk. I think more and more I find myself saying, like, this place, second story, this doesn't look like Midland. And then just pivoting that mentality that Midland doesn't have to be this old school place anymore where things are not appealing to the eye or the experience is not good. That's what I thought when I first came in 2019. And I'm glad that I find myself saying that more often, right? There's more resources, there's more connection, and it's just a matter of getting out there and exploring those.
Just got to see those opportunities to seize those opportunities.
I like that.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Let's give her a hand. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and then this is here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, our next business here that you're going to hear from is Atrox Technologies, which was started in 2022 in Midland by Arturo Ostigan, the former teacher turned business owner. He helps to provide information technology and software services to businesses and organizations that facilitate productivity, efficiency, and cost effectiveness. Arturo wants to help empower your business or an organization to embrace technology, not avoid it. Awesome.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Art. Oops, it's a little strong. Hello, my name is Art. I founded Atrox Technologies. It's basically a hosting company, a cloud company, and an email hosting. I started this company mainly because I care a lot about privacy, and I do care about data control, you know, and there's usually just a couple of big players out there, Outlook, Google. But what we do is we host it, you know, locally in our servers, and we set up everything for you. And the reason why I started this company was I started off as a teacher with a lot of student debt, and I enjoyed it, but I did see the need where there was a lot of outdated methods when I saw teachers teaching, and limited with resources. I decided to embrace technology. So this is what inspired me, and now I want to present it to business folks to make their lives easier, you know. And so our mission at Atrox Technologies is to provide information technology and software services for business to basically facilitate productivity and efficiency and cost effectiveness. Basically, our job is for you folks to embrace technology, not avoid it. And I've seen it before where folks will see technology and they're overwhelmed, right? You look at the G Suite, there's just too much in it, or even the Outlook. And what we do is we customize your cloud hosting and your email hosting. So if you just want email and Word and PDF, we can do that for you. No need to put that extra stuff that I think some folks don't really need. So a little bit about me. I'm from South Texas, Laredo, Texas. I graduated from St. Mary's, then I went to Johns Hopkins, got a master's in physics. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Went back home, I became a teacher. And the reason why I embraced technology. The reason why I embraced technology was there was a lot of budget cuts in teaching, and I was limited with resources. So it got to the point where I didn't want to be fighting for paper in the copy room. What I decided to do was just embrace it, and And I eventually became so accustomed to it, and I enjoyed it so much that they actually created a position for me in Laredo. I was a instructional technology trainer for my campus. And so yeah, and so I was a teacher for 6 years. I mainly taught high school physics and math. And after that, I transitioned. After that,
Yeah, if you hold it here.
Okay,
You
you-
can, yeah, bring it down.
I'm thinking,
You're
I'm,
projecting like a good teacher.
thank you. I'm thinking it's karaoke, apologies.
That's down the block.
Yeah, that's right, I apologize. So, yeah, I taught for 6 years. I embraced technology because of that. I noticed that folks that, that were college educated and use it still struggle with technology. Regardless if you're college educated or not, I do believe everybody should embrace it, and it should make our lives easier and more efficient. So after I moved to Odessa in 2021. I worked for Hector College Prep as their IT coordinator. Third Future Schools had taken over that school. They're based out of Colorado. I got hired and I ended up becoming their IT coordinator. I did all their systems admin for that campus, also for Sam Houston here in Midland. And basically I did all the back end stuff that you need to run the school, all the software stuff you need for it. And I saw a lot of outdated practices when I was the IT coordinator, and I decided to reform them in a way. And a lot of folks enjoyed it and liked it, and it just motivated me to eventually start my own business. Well, then I left Third Future Schools, and I ended up becoming a systems engineer in my day job at Cut Energy Services. I basically build the servers, work with a team, and we have all their technology infrastructure for the fracking and whatnot. But we basically configure them and program them from scratch. So that's what I do in my day job. So basically, in a nutshell, I build and maintain servers for all the districts, including Seminole, East Texas, Snyder, and of course, Odessa, Midland. Okay, so why start this? I kind of said it in the beginning, right? Privacy and control. A lot of folks, when you sign up for these big services, they're great. I do appreciate them, but there's really no privacy. Somebody's looking at it. Somebody's taking a look at it, which is fine. I mean, if you have nothing to hide, why not, right? But I know sometimes when we're dealing with business data, maybe you don't want other folks to see. Even when I was working, even as I was working in the field, I noticed that we had stopped a job because the customer was worried that their proprietary information was being sent to the cloud. So I do see a need for privacy and control for your data. And that's what we provide. So we help small and medium-sized businesses take control of their vital business data. And another thing we do is consulting. So I've seen it time and time again when I'm out in the field working as a systems engineer. I see still folks use outdated methods. And when they do their paperwork, their invoices, they still fax things. They still drive to dispatch and pick it up. And for me, I mean, there's no need for that. And with this cloud, we provide consulting. We'll train your team if you need be, and we'll make it very simple and straightforward. We do have an app. It's all in one app. No need to use multiple apps. You could upload documents, PDFs. I'll get a little more into that right now. So we serve mainly small to medium-sized businesses that struggle with technology. That's our main customer at the moment. And like I mentioned earlier, we just give them what they need. They just need to scan PDFs. They just need email, basic email, or even forms. We do all that for you. That's our main audience. So basically, what the cloud does, what we do is think of a basic like a OneDrive kind of, but a more simplified version, and you're able to upload PDFs, docs, Excel, the basic business stuff you need. You're also able to edit them within the web browser, so no need to get licenses. There's a phone app, whether you have the iPhone or the Android. You could go ahead and upload documents through that app. The phone app has a built-in scanner. You're also able to share files and folders via links, and the recipient doesn't need an account. You could either enable the permissions to view, download, or edit it. You could send them via email, text, or any messaging platform. Like I mentioned earlier, you could put permissions on the documents. So this is a more, I know this is kind of a lot, but I'll just get to the main points here. So like I mentioned earlier, cloud storage and file sharing, email hosting is what we do. We create email accounts. I've seen it time and time again where businesses still use @Gmail, like the name of the business is @gmail.com. And to me, that doesn't seem that professional. I mean, I'll still probably get the service, but I'm a little bit more reluctant. We go ahead and do that for your business. We'll get a domain name and we'll host that email for you. Do all the setup for you. No need to. And that's another thing between Gmail and Outlook and us. When you do a business account with them, with your domain, you need to set it up yourself. And usually that requires an IT person. With us, we'll take care of that for you. So this is just like an example of the interface that we have. Our website's live, also our email hosting, but you type the URL here, atroxcloud.com, and just as an example, just to show you, you have emails, you have calendar, you have folders and documents that you could edit within the browser. And feel free to download the app and connect to our server, but that's not necessary. You can use it all within the web browser. So if you're concerned about storage in your computer, it doesn't have to be within your own personal computer. It could be all within the cloud. Here's another example here of the interface. I would have liked to present it, but I'm going to go a little overboard. So, but just to put it in a nutshell here, you could create documents, spreadsheets, edit them within the browser, share the link. And so yeah, that's just the basic UI that we have, and also the email that we have. You could do it within the cloud. You could send emails through there, or use our web interface that we have for emails. So what's next for us? I mean, the main thing that my biggest struggle now is I have everything. We have everything ready and ready to go. Just the main thing is just educating folks about embracing technology. You know, have data control, and and especially privacy. That's the main thing we're trying to focus on, is network, talk to more people, educating them about technology and to embrace it. And that's really what's next for us. It took us we started this in 2022. It took us approximately a year and a half to get it to finally build everything up and running. But yes. That's really what's next for us, is just putting the word out there, helping folks control of their data, of their business data, and embracing technology, not avoid it. So where can you find us? You could scan this QR code. I'll take you to the website, our original website, where you're able to sign up if you like, or just some contact information, and we could set up a meeting. You could also email us at info@atroxtechnologies.com or call our toll-free hotline. And for folks that have a login portal, it's atroxcloud.com. That's for folks that once you sign up, you log in through there and you could do your cloud business data. And that's it.
Awesome. Okay, let's give this nerd a round of applause there. I like how you proclaimed yourself a nerd. Well, thank you so much, Art. And I've never met with a business owner that was a former teacher, and it seems like educating is still just very much in your wheelhouse when it comes to technology, but instead it's with customers versus students. How has that been, that transition to, okay, you're in a classroom and now you're one-on-one with a client and you're trying to explain technology to them?
Well, one thing is clients actually behave, unlike students.
Oh,
They don't have
good.
but no, I mean, especially usually by the time we reach a customer, they're already like open-minded about it. They want to embrace it. So it's a much better transition for me than when I used to be a teacher. Granted, not all my experiences were bad. They were great. Some were great as a teacher, but yeah, that's the one that stands out.
And, similar to the company we heard before, but this is something that you're doing in addition to your 9 to 5. And you talked briefly about, okay, how can I make this my full-time gig? If you continue to grow and expand, how is that going, doing both?
Yeah, so the main thing was the reason why it took us a year and a half to finally get it launched and going was after work, me and my team, we would sit down and start building it, and that's really why it took as long as it took. And also there's some crossover. I do program servers for my day job, so with this I had to do my own thing, a different set of rules and languages that I had to program, but that's why it took as long as it did. But I'm still able to manage it. I think the main thing is I enjoy it. I have fun building servers. I have fun. I enjoy it. And I enjoyed helping teachers when I was a teacher, making their lives easier. They didn't have to wake up extra early to make copies. Just embrace the computers that they gave us. And when I would set it up for them and teach them how to use it, I felt in a way it was that old adage, right? Teach someone how to fish, don't give them a fish. So I felt that's what I did, and I want folks, to embrace the modern age.
Yeah.
And not avoid it.
I think that's really well said. Teach them how to fish. And you're doing that interaction by interaction. Any questions for Art? Any questions? Yes.
I just wanted to say kudos to you for helping teachers. I know they have so many things to do at the end of the day as far as compliance and regulation and all the things. But I want to connect you to my brother-in-law. His name's Michael Howard, and as of recent, he was a chief cybersecurity architect for Microsoft, and he's went back to his roots to software development, and he has a huge passion for education. And he's written and authored probably 15 or so books that Microsoft has published around the topic.
Awesome. Any questions? That's a great
I'll give you my
connection.
business card, please.
Questions? Oh, come on. You guys have got to have some. Brian? Okay.
Are you hoping to, is your 3-5-year dream to be full-time entrepreneur, or do you want to delegate or set up and be a super delegator and keep the day job, or what are your goals?
My goal is eventually, if I have enough customers, then yeah, I'll focus definitely on this. The main thing is it bothers me when I still see folks faxing things at a FedEx office, and when they're still doing it the old-fashioned way and using a scanner. I just want folks. I want to help folks embrace technology and just make their lives easier. Not driving to a location with a USB drive to transfer a file. That's so unnecessary, and I just want to. And then I think the main thing is educating the older folks, and it's not, and I see the need for it, because sometimes I'll log into these big apps. It's so even teachers were overwhelmed. They're like, this is too much, and they'll just go to paper packets, and so that's my ultimate goal, is to go full time and to help local businesses embrace it.
Yes.
I have a question. I haven't got a really important problem. I'm getting too many different emails, people that are inquiring about our business, and it's on the back side of our website. I'm trying to learn how to do that, and I don't know if I can reply to them, but like it's their email, I'll reply to them. And how you keep track of all that, I got an email address, it took me 2 hours to text to kind of set up on the phone, and then it doesn't work. Do you help with stuff like that?
Oh, definitely, yes. I'm already thinking. Yes, absolutely. Like one thing that definitely I could think of is an email alias. Maybe have emails being sent to one email and then it forwards it to yours, or have a form where you could see in a spreadsheet in real time it gets updated. We can do that for you. I'll give you my business card. Yes.
Something else that I thought was interesting. I mean, a lot of this tech stuff, if you're a big company, you need help. Well, you're going to be on hold, or you're going to be talking to a chat. or it's just going to be a long time before you get to the bottom of it. But one of your points was, well, they can just call me and I can walk them through it and have that connection with them where you develop a relationship, a rapport with them, and that makes it so much easier to educate them and explain things. And then that experience translates because they're like, hey, well, just call my friend Art, he'll walk you through it. And that's a big sell now because people don't want to talk to a machine oftentimes. That's intentional though.
Yes. And thank you for bringing that up, Sammy. One thing is try calling Gmail or Outlook or even a smaller one. Good luck.
Good luck.
You're going to spend half a day on the phone and probably no solution. What we do is we have a team. Right now it's 3 of us. One of us will answer the phone, and we know this like the back of our hand, and we'll get to the bottom of it. So that's another thing we provide is expedient customer service. And so yes, but thank you. Yes, that's right. We had talked about that originally.
And, you started this on your own, but then it got to be a lot. And so you had to outsource. You had to find a team. How did you do that?
I went back to my old college friends.
You're like, hey.
Yeah, yes. One of them works for USA. He's a business analytic, but he's very tech savvy, and he helps out a lot. And then somebody I met here in Midland too. He's great. They embrace technology. I worked with them just to kind of, and they know the ins and outs of this. So it's just another thing we do to just support when folks call us. If I'm not available, there's going to be. We always answer. We have so far it's 100%. It's not always, but but usually very close to it.
And it's everyone's passion, so it makes it natural and easy. Any other questions? Yes.
My business is open up a gospel now. Do you work with I'm trying to download different videos. Could you help me with downloading videos so it can just totally run over and over and over instead of having to click on something? Do you work with stuff like that, or just text, emails, or whatever else you just mentioned?
One thing that comes to mind is we could probably integrate those videos into the cloud. We could make a user account for your organization, and where they could only play it or allow it to play and not necessarily download it. Like you could download it if you like, but you could have users just watch it from that website, like a URL link. But yeah, we could work about that. I'll give you my business card.
Any other questions here? Well, just to wrap up, when I reached out to you about being a presenter, you were like, what? And I was like, come on, you'd be great. You have a unique story. You have just a charismatic presence to you. And I mean, just kudos to you because this is your business. You do it all day, every day. But when you have a mic and a bunch of eyeballs on you, it can be a completely different feel and vibe than a classroom. And so kudos to you for going out of your comfort zone to do something like this. We appreciate it. And I'm sure it resonates because there's other entrepreneurs out there that are gonna be like, I could talk till I'm blue in the face about my business, but then the minute I'm up on like a stage platform, that's a completely different vibe. So kudos to you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. My mouth got dry too, that's why.
It happens. You're human. You're human. Well, thank you so much. And you guys feel free to stick around, ask questions for Art, for TidyUp. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will just set that here.